Okay, next on the agenda is some examples on solving two-step equations. Of course, it's a little smeared there. My apologies. Okay, so for the first one up here, we have z, which is our variable, over 3, plus 4 equals 5 over 6. Okay, and most people who look at this initially go, oh my goodness, we have fractions. What do I do with fractions? My goodness. Well, there's several ways of approaching the problem. We can make it hard, we can make it easy. Let's try making it easy first. Okay, we look at this problem and say, okay, how can I get rid of the fractions, first of all? Well, look at your largest denominator. What's on the bottom here? It's a 6. Next is a 3. Common denominator between them would be 6. So basically, if we multiply both sides by 6, we get rid of the fractions. We're changing the equation a little bit here, but it's still the same thing. If you multiply both sides by 6, it's the same thing as multiply both sides by 1. It's the same thing. You're doing it to both sides. So let's do that first. So we multiply this by 6, and we take this whole quantity and multiply it by 6. Okay? Get a little bit of practice here. So 6 times z is 6z over 3. 6 over 3 is 2. So I'll write it out first, I guess. Might be easier. So we have 6z over 3 plus 4 times 6. 4 times 6 equals 5 times 6 over 6. There's a lot of extra steps I'm showing, but I want to make sure you understand. So what can we do here? Well, instead of multiplying this out and getting 30 divided by 6, let's cross out the 6 here. Here we cross out the 3, place it the 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So we have 2z plus 24 equals 5. That seems a little easier than the z over 3 plus 4 is 5, 6. At least it is for me. Okay, so how do we go from here? Well, we want to isolate or get by itself the variable, which is z. To do that, we need to get this 24 on the other side. Well, how do we get to the other side? Well, if we do both the same thing to both sides of the equation, we can do that. So we go minus 24, and we do a minus 24 over here. Okay, so gives us 2z. 24 and minus 24 is 0, so it's gone. It is equal to, well, 5 minus 24. Well, basically all you got to do is say, okay, which is bigger? 24. Well, 24 minus 5 is easier to think in the brain as 19. Okay, however, it's not going to be a positive 19, it's going to be negative because the 24 is a negative. Okay, that's how you do your addition of integers that are negative and positive. Next, you divide by 2. You want to solve for z, not for 19, but for z. So divide both sides by 2. And therefore, z is going to be minus 19 over 2. Okay, and you can reduce it a different way too. I mean, basically you can go, okay, well, what else can I do here? Oh, let's see. It's going to be 9 and 1 minus 9 and 1/2, basically. And how you do that, and you can double check, the answer is 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19, 19 over 2, negative, same thing. So there's your answer. All right, that was a lot of work for that first problem. That was a little bit more difficult because of the fractions. Okay, let's go to the next problem. 5 times the quantity of 3x plus 2 equals 10. You look at that and go, okay, I'm going to go right at it and I'm going to multiply out. 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 2 is 10. You can do that. But first, look at the problem. Say, okay, well, can I get rid of it by dividing both sides by 5 easily and get an integer on the other side? I say, whoa, I can. Well, let's do that. Okay, this is just one way of approaching. You can multiply it all out too, that's fine. But if you can get an integer over here, which makes it easy, then you're going to get the 1 there. So it'd be 3x plus 2 is equal to 10 over 2, which is 2. Excuse me, not 5, 2. Okay, what's next? Well, let's do the next thing of getting x by itself. So we go minus 2, minus 2. Well, this is looking really strange here. 3x is equal to 0. Wow, that's really odd. Okay, well, so you divide both sides by 3. 0 over 3 is still 0, so x is 0. Is this answer right? That seems kind of odd. Well, let's find out. Let's look at the equation here. The original equation was 3x plus 2 times 5 equals to 10. That's the original equation. Well, if x is 0, stick x as 0 here. 3x becomes 0, right? Gone. So it's 5 times 2 is 10. 10 equal to 10? Yeah, that works. Fantastic. Same thing is you can take this 9 and a half minus 9 and a half and stick it in this equation and verify if it's correct. We can do that also. And because of the fractions and all that, it may be easier just to keep it at minus 19 and a half. So let's go to the original equation, which was z over 3 plus 4 is equal to 5 over 6. Okay, well, this is still a tough one to do, but let's try. Okay, if z is 9 and a half negative, which is minus 19 over 2, so we got 19 over 2 negative over 3. And how you do this is like 3 over 1, basically. 3 over 1 is still 3. Look at your inside, right? So this basically becomes minus 19 over 6. This right here does. Inside is 2 times 3 is 6 is your denominator. 1 times 19 is still minus 19 plus 4 equal to 5, 6. Oh, what a pain in the side. Well, the easy thing to do here is convert 4 into something over 6. Well, this is the same thing as minus 19 over 6 plus 6 times 4 over 6, right? 6 goes away, still 4. Well, we're trying to get a common denominator. 5 over 6. Well, because we have everything over 6 at this point in time, it's the same denominator, we can get rid of it because you multiply both sides by 6 and it goes away. So basically we have minus 19 plus 24 is equal to 5. All I did was get rid of the 6's. I can multiply both sides by 6 and they go away. I just did that in my head. Leaves us minus 19 plus the 6 times 4 is 24 is equal to 5. And that's true. 24 minus 9 is 5. So 5 is equal to 5. And the reason I was just trying to do this is to show once you get your answer, you need to plug it back in and see if it makes sense. Does the answer look right? Okay. And it does. Okay, last problem here. We have 7 is equal to 10 minus g over minus 2. Okay, for this type of problem, you want to take a deep breath and go, okay, what do I do? Well, what you can do cross products. Cross products are equal. This is like 7 over 1. 7 over 1 is still 7. So multiply minus 2 minus 7 is minus 14 is equal to 1 times 10 minus g. Okay, one way of doing it. Okay, well, isolate g. So you do minus 10 here, minus 10. Okay, that's minus 24. Just add up 14 and 10 and keep the sign negative because they're both minus. Is minus g. Well, we want to get g. So we divide by minus 1. Minus 1 over minus 1. That minus goes away. So 24 is equal to g. Is your answer. Now, does that make sense? Well, again, let's find out. We have 10 minus the 24 over minus 2. What's that equal to? Okay, on top here, first things first, take 24, subtract 10 from it, you get 14. Now it's minus because the bigger number is minus, so it has to be minus over minus 2. That equals 14 divided by 2 is 7. Both negative goes away. Is 7. That equals 7. Therefore, your answer is correct. And that is solving two-step equations.